You could live anywhere in the world, you could still get photos, never make excuses. So we're gonna use the drone. I'm gonna fly this drone out into the little town that I live in, see what cool photos we can get, and then we'll jump back into Lightroom and just prove the point again that you just need to use your brain and stop sitting there moaning and making excuses. You can get cool photos from the comfort of your own home. I'm on burst mode as well. You can do burst mode on these drones. So we just need to wait for a good amount of cars to come around the roundabout. Come on, come on, come on. It's 3 cars, 4 cars, 5 cars. That might have been it. There is some windmills really far away. Let's see how far this thing goes. I normally let it go down to like 2 bars of signal and then I start freaking out. So I'm gonna try and get the road in the bottom left. So we've at least got some like leading lines in the empty space. I might just get one more of the road passing here. It shoots RAW as well, so I can obviously edit these photos like I would with my camera photos. It takes the JPEG and it also takes a RAW version, so you've got both. Cool, that is everything done. So let's bring the drone back. Right, so we've got the photos into Lightroom. I've selected the ones from the burst shots that are actually in focus and that I like. I'm not going to go too much into editing because otherwise we'll be here all day. So I'm going to use my presets. The link's below. There's a free one you can try, which I'm actually going to use right now, to be fair, the harsh sun preset. I kind of just want to expose for the cars, and then I'm just going to get a radial gradient because obviously this is a perfect opportunity to use one. I'm going to whack that in the middle and I'm going to invert it. And then I'm just going to start to pull that exposure down of the edges. And then what you can do from there is you add another radial gradient. You put that one in the exact same place, but this time you don't invert it. So this time we'll leave it, but we'll lift up the exposure. So we've got that light coming down from the middle. And then I'm just gonna grab this camera calibration. I'm gonna bring those oranges in with this blue slider a little bit more. Look at that car, it's a little bit darker now. And I'm just gonna leave it there, to be honest. That looks all right. Like the roundabout's not the most appealing. It could have been a different color, but I just wanted that nice black floor with those nice cars around the outside. This is the before, this is the after. I prefer this. I like that. Nothing too crazy, but that's a cool looking photo from our garden. This one's not too bad though. So this is obviously the countryside shot. These are really far away, but we've got the road on the left, them there. I wish there was something on the right here, but there isn't. So what we're gonna do again is use harsh sun, the free preset. So we need to bring the sky back. So let's go to here, press the AI on the sky. That's going to select it all for us. We can pull the highlights down again if we want to, but all I'm going to do is add shadows, bring the whites down and bring the exposure down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it more blue. We'll go about there, bit of saturation, bit of contrast in that sky. I'll bring back these windmills, so I'm just going to highlight this middle section, get that grass and the windmills done, and then let's just simply bring the shadows down again and then just bring the exposure down generally on that area. Because you see that haze that's going over it? You bring the exposure down slightly and then you can come down to the actual haze and you can cut through that as well. So look, there it is. We don't want it about there. And then all I'm going to do is add a quick shadow source from the bit that's really empty, because like this bottom bit's boring. So let's just quickly bring the exposure down on that. Well, oh yeah, love that. So we've got a bit of a shadow coming bottom right. And then all I like to do is just add a light source from the top left, as if it was the sun coming in. So we'll lift up the exposure a tiny bit, and then we'll go to the dehaze and we'll add some haze in. And then I'm just gonna get a nice orange beam coming into that. And I could actually come down to the camera calibration and grab this one and add a little bit more in. And then just come to the blue up here and pull that down because the sky's gonna be dodgy now. So let's pull the sky to about there. I'm happy with that, not too bad. Let's move on to the last one, I believe, which is this top-down shot, which I'm gonna crop into. So we'll pull it up to about there, so they're in the middle, and then I just need to straighten it. So I'll use the road as the marking, get these lines dead in center. That'll do about there, and then all I'm gonna do again, harsh sun, and then with this one, all I'm gonna do really is lift up the exposure for the grass on either side so it's not overexposed. I like the grass there, but obviously the cars are overexposed and the road is, so we'll sort that out in a second. I'm just gonna quickly grab this blue slider again, just because it adds this like cool purpley, look at that, makes it nice and purple. That looks sick, I like that color. And then we'll just come to the adjustments and we'll just make sure the road is, no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted a brush. We'll just make sure this road is a little bit darker than the edges. So we'll bring down the exposure of the road so it's nice and dark with the colors of the car. And that should be decent there. Not too bad at all. So that is 3 to 4 photos that we got from our garden with the drone, because I can't drive anywhere. Do you know what I mean? No excuses. Obviously, you might not have a drone, which most of you are probably going to comment being like, well, I don't have a drone. Doesn't matter. You could go and do stuff in your garden like we did with that other video. I'll leave it here where we did the floating pictures in the garden. You could go out on the streets and do some like stuff with the traffic going by with some long exposures. There's options for everything. You just need to use your brain. If you can't go anywhere, you can still get photos, all right? And I'm still going to be bringing you YouTube videos until my car's fixed. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Drones below, presets are below. Also, that free preset is below. thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.